Happy 4th of July, and welcome to this week's Hunt Outdoors Tip of the Week. And I want to express my gratitude to all the servicemen, and let's not forget how we got our independence, and enjoy this Independence weekend. Take your kids, go see some fireworks, or just have a big barbecue with the family. Now, let's briefly look at how to improve your hunting, how to predict where those deer are going to move, and how to make that happen. And then we're going to touch on a little bit of an upgrade on a tripod tree stand, and where we're going to put a couple tree stands. You know what? It's never too early in the year to do this kind of stuff. But remember, this is one of those weekends where maybe it's best spent with your family. Who knows? It's up to you. And after all, that's what we're about. The outdoors and the freedom to enjoy it. So, in the very opening scenes, you're going to see kind of a memory fade, and you're going to look at the perspective of a deer walking into this new shot plot that we just put out, and it's surrounded by clear cutting, hinge cutting, and we're going to look at maybe a place or two to put up a ladder stand or two, and maybe this will help you make that decision you've been wallering over in your mind but just couldn't quite make yourself do. I'm telling you, this is going to improve our hunting, and that big boy walks in here again next year, he's not going to have any choice but to turn right back around and go where he came from, or come in on a predicted wind pattern. Happy 4th of July. You know, by myself, this took a ton of work. This is what you call a shot plot. I can't get equipment back in here other than hand equipment or what I can drag with a quad. This over here is called hinge cutting and clear cutting, and this is hinge cutting. What I've done is I've created a natural funnel here, and then I've given them a reason to come through here. They already had a reason, because Kody just came down a main deer path from the past. And you can see some of it tore up back here behind me. This is going to all grow up in some of the most beautiful green plot you ever seen. It really is. That blind that's over here behind me, I'm going to pick up here after a bit and put up on this tripod up here. Now this tripod is going to become a blind, and I'll be able to hunt in it. Right now what we're looking at is a place for a ladder stand. We've got a ladder stand over here at about 40 or 50 yards. And it's been there for a long, long time. And it's harvested a lot of deer, but I decided that I was going to make the deer go where I wanted them to. So now, some of the old deer paths are cut off, so they have to come here or go around. That now puts that stand in a difficult spot. So we're going to take that stand down, and we're going to move it. And then we're going to put up a couple more stands, and then we're going to call it a day. When you see this food plot down here again, you're going to be all enthralled, because these deer, after they're done fawning and after the bucks establish home ranges and everything, are going to use the crap out of this. And I'm going to put a camera right back here on one of these trees, and we're going to, or right behind you on one of these trees, and we're going to pick up all the deer traffic. It's going to be great. So let's look at this hinge cutting real quick. Now, this isn't really a bedding hinge cut, because bedding hinge cuts you would cut way up here so the deer could walk under it. I don't want the deer to really walk under it, but I don't mind if they feel comfortable going up in it and laying down. But if you look at how I done it, you can see here that you don't cut all the way through. You leave enough tree to keep the leaves alive, and they just fall over and it keeps them alive. That gives the deer more food and more cover. Eventually this is all going to grow up. You see all the sunlight coming through here? It used to look like this behind me. Dark, dingy, all the time. These weeds that are back up in here and some of the good stuff, there's lots and lots of good stuff in here, would have died off by midsummer when the heat came on and these leaves get even fuller, because honestly, about half these trees still have got great big leaves to go. Kody, show them up here. This is going to get a lot darker in behind me, so it's still early. We're going to go move this stand. Stick around.
Where we decided to put our tree stand, we're overlooking the whole field over here, and we got some trails behind it. That way, if they're going to the woods, we can pop them. If they come out here to eat, we got them. So, here we go, on to the next.
All right, we're 4 tree stands in, moving, taking down. We're bringing some lock-ons out, putting some ladder stands up. It's hot. They're starting to get some mosquitoes. And quite frankly, I'm thirsty and I'm gonna go ride my motorcycle. We're in a dilemma. We got a food plot on top of the hill that sees a little bit of action early in the morning and late in the evening, but it sees most of its action at night. And we got a little food plot down here, but most of the deer will be coming from back here. So we get a lot of movement right here, but we get quite a bit of movement right here. There's a couple trees right here that we can put stand in. And there's a couple trees over here we can put the stand in. Now here's the problem with that set of trees. I guess it's a good problem, but it's a bad problem too. We'll have to cut this piece of whatever shag nasty out in front of it, which is going to cause some disturbance. Or we just set up over here and have a trouble shooting into there. We're going to bring the chainsaw back down here and do just about 7 or 8 more trees. So I'm guessing, Kody, where do you want to put your stand?
Well, I think let's try these cluster of trees, because we've had a stand over here in this little island of trees before. We've had luck out of it, yet you still can't shoot over there. If we're over there, we could shoot all of this.
So there it is.
And in the woods.
So there it is.
Yeah.
Last ladder stand. And we're going to get her up, and we're going to get out. So stick around. Have a good day. Thanks for joining Hunt Outdoors this week. Remember, we hunt the way you do. We hunt outdoors. I'd like to thank Kody Hunt, Chris Hunt, my wife Kelly Hunt. Of course, you guys know who I am. I'm Ed Hunt. And let's not forget my other hunting friends out there, like Clint Van Adder, David Shepard, Josh Shepard, and of course Neil Fowler. I'd like to thank our sponsors, and I'd like to thank Hunt Outdoors for making it all possible. Remember, hunt outdoors. It's what we do.